My name is Jenna Pilant, and I'm a style-crazed full-time creative living in sunny San Diego. In 2016, my husband and I purchased our forever home, and now, in between balancing my upholstery business, our 4 dogs, and just life in general, I'm going to renovate our home room by room, project by project myself, with some fun help from a few of my friends along the way. And I'm going to share it all with you right here on YouTube. So, are you ready to see a room bloom? All right, y'all, let's wrap up the family room's floating shelf project. In episode 7, we built the floating shelves. In episode 8, we installed them, leaving us one final step for this project: paint, which is beyond exciting since this is the first pop of color I'm introducing to this room. To select the perfect shade of paint, I pulled multiple swatches from the local Home Depot that match some of the colors in the area rug I've also selected for the family room. Then I stuck them in between the fireplace tile so I could mull over my options. I wanted to find the perfect paint color that would complement the fireplace tile while also enhancing the entire color scheme of the family room. And I'm so glad I took the time to do this, as I discovered the fireplace tile has a subtle underlying blue tint in its finish, meaning that both the pink and green swatches were out, leaving me with 2 blue-based options. Me and Dee quickly decided that Calypso Blue by Behr in a semi-gloss was the way to go. But before I got to painting, I wanted to first finish the left and right side rows of the front fireplace tile. You see, I couldn't do this before the floating shelf installation, as the tile overlaps the area where we had to slide the shelves onto the brackets. But now that the floating shelves are permanently in place, it was time to complete that step of the fireplace tile, which meant I got to use my handy dandy new tile saw. When my contractor friend Steve first showed me how to use the tile saw, we quickly discovered that I wasn't going to be able to miter this particular tile for the corners of the fireplace. So I had to get crafty, using schluter strips on the corner edges of the fireplace so you couldn't visibly see my tile cuts. Then once all the tile that was in front of the shelves was in place, it was time to start the painting process, which was also going to include the lower built-in cabinets. Since the lower built-in cabinets were stained and varnished, unlike the floating shelves, they were going to require a little extra work, starting with deglosser, which is this awesome product I found that readies finished wood surfaces for painting, which, as luck would have it, was exactly what I was prepping to do. Next, I took my electric sander to the lower built-in cabinets. Now, technically, this is a step that a glosser says you don't need to do, but since the shelves and the cabinets are built out of 2 different types of wood, I decided some sanding was warranted, especially if I was attempting to make both the shelves and the cabinets look the same in their finished state. I also used some wood filler where certain areas the cabinet's grain were a bit extreme, creating a smooth finish once sanded. Then it was time for some priming, using a product recommended by my paint department buddy Mike, called Zinsser's Cover Stain Primer, sanding in between the first and second coat of primer for both the cabinets and our newly installed floating shelves. Then it was time to finally start adding that pop of color, using the same technique I did with the primer. Roll on a coat of that beautiful Calypso Blue, let dry, then sand. Roll on a second coat of Calypso Blue, let dry, then sand. I did this a total of 3 times before I was happy with the overall coverage of paint. And voila! Both the new floating shelves and the original lower built-in cabinets are the exact pop of color I was hoping for. And now, since they are all beautifully painted, I can finally finish the fireplace tile. Tune in next episode to see me complete the fireplace hearth and tile around both the floating shelves and the lower built-in cabinets on the fireplace's left and right sides. It's going to be a bit tricky, but I think you're going to be more than pleased with the final results.